Hi, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Sandy K Gen X Unplugged, where it's all about bringing balance back to the world where things just seem so out of balance and don't make sense. Oh, wait, let me just make sure that you could see my book. Remember, I put out the Essential Thyroid Guide this year, and it's all about how to optimize the health of our thyroid gland, something that is never really talked about, or you have to read like a 200-page clinical book in order to learn how your thyroid functions. Well, I created the Essential Thyroid Guide. It's 53 pages, easy to read. I'll just show you. Why don't I show you? So, this is it. And I am going to talk about my article, and it relates to hearing loss, something that a lot of people experience around midlife. Okay, but I'm going to first show you this. This is available on Amazon. It is a simple to read, no long form text guide. I even have a place where you can write notes down and then have a conversation with your practitioner. In this, I talk about food as medicine to optimize your thyroid health. I talk about all kinds of nutrients that support thyroid. It's available on Amazon everywhere. It's called the Essential Thyroid Guide. Go grab it. If you have already gotten it and you found it useful, please do leave me a review on Amazon. That'll help. Okay. So, most of you who have been following me know I have a podcast. It's Sandy K Nutrition, Health and Lifestyle Queen. I get to interview all these experts now for over 4 years in all areas of wellness. You know that I like to look at biohacking, alternative health, hormones, menopause, andropause, anything that really can help us optimize our health and help us to age better. And it's not mainstream stuff. So go follow me. That podcast is available everywhere. And I am creating a sister podcast, which I will be releasing in the fall. And it's called Sandy K Gen X Unplugged, bringing balance back to the world. Because the fact is the world is kind of fucking crazy right now. Anyone agree with me on that? I think it is. And so this podcast will be more theoretical, observational, conversational. And yes, it will relate to health, science, politics, kind of everything, a little bit of woo in there. But I brought this out into creation because I am a big believer that it is Gen X that's going to bring balance back to the world. I feel like we've got talents in all areas. Look at me. I've become this like tech wizard. I'm doing all these podcasts and I do all this stuff myself. So, my Substack, go follow me there. Sandy Cruz, SandyKruse.substack.com. Here is where I write many of these short essays and articles just to help you think about your health in a very different way. It is not in a telling way. It is more of a way in which you can optimize your wellness and think about if something resonates with you or not, because we're all bio individual. This is going to tie in with my book that is in the works. I'm going to be meeting with my developmental editor. Got a few things that I want to clear up before I make more announcements on that. But it's really a very different way of looking at our health. And it does involve science, but it does also involve the esoteric, the unexplainable, because there's so much that we just can't explain as it relates to our health. So let's talk about hearing, and I'm going to read you my article. Be sure to follow me on all of my socials. I still have Sandy K Nutrition. It's all still together. You can find Sandy K Nutrition everywhere and anywhere, but I'm going to read you my article. I haven't decided if I'm going to tell you my protocol. Now, this is not medical advice, my friends. This is just, okay, I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, a certified metabolic balance coach. I'm certified in endocrinology and hormones, in peptides, and aging. So I kind of know a lot. And I am certified in therapeutic grade supplementation. This is one of my specialties. So I'm going to read you this article, and I want you to know that this is not medical advice. I'm just telling you what I am doing and have been doing. So let me get to it. Sorry, I got to bring it up. Okay. Hearing loss. This is something you may want to look into. The one thing that has always irked me was the way Western medicine looked at and still looks at hearing loss as just a symptom of growing older. I'm referring to presbyopia. This gradual hearing loss is just an annoying part of aging, right? Maybe not. And always question this kind of bullshit answer given to us that we must submit to all the shitty things that apparently come with aging. Some compelling research suggests that we might consider other options before buying that hearing aid that we will rely on for the rest of our lives. I learned of this research a few years ago from my friend Phil Mikens of Profound Health. You can check out the links in the article. I do have a discount with Profound Health. They have stuff there that you probably never seen before. And one of my recordings I also linked with Phil Mikens. I've done a number of podcasts with him on healthy aging. He's just a wealth of knowledge. This is on Sandy K Nutrition, Health and Lifestyle Queen podcast. So, my husband had multiple concussions throughout his life, and add in the stress of running your own company. On top of all of this, he's a regular beer drinker. We know that logically, drinking alcohol can negatively affect the balance of our electrolytes, correct? He began to experience hearing loss quite a few years ago, but more recently, it was accompanied by intense tinnitus. Many people here probably have had tinnitus. His hearing was going down so fast that I became concerned over the last couple of years. Let me introduce you to a fascinating little hormone called aldosterone. This is a key hormone that regulates the sodium potassium chain. These are electrolytes and important minerals in the body that must be in proper proportion to send signals to the body to hear and for the nervous system to recognize. So I'm going to just pause here for a second, right? Somebody is talking to you. Your nervous system has to recognize that somebody's talking to you, you need to respond. Like our nervous system isn't just about being nervous. It's just about a response mechanism to life. I just wanted to pause there and explain that. Nervous system does not mean you're nervous all the time. Our nervous system is critically important for everything to function properly in the body. So, the research shows two things, and you can go look this up, my friends, that normally happen as we age. The potassium levels in the inner ear decreases. Remember I mentioned the balance, as do blood levels of the hormone aldosterone. Guess where that hormone is produced? In the adrenal glands. So one might logically surmise that, okay, well, throughout life, we have numerous stressors. I mean, I think we're particularly bad at dealing with stress in this modern day living and modern day world. So it kind of makes sense that as you get older, it's like you wear things out. It does happen. That doesn't mean we can't do anything about it though, right? Or succumb to it. Okay, here's where I will stop. I want you to go and research Dr. Jonathan Wright's work for yourself. and it's spelt Wright, Jonathan Wright, as this is where all of my research came from, and Phil Mikens pointed me to his work. Now, my challenge was finding appropriate testing, and then how the hell was I going to get the hormone aldosterone prescribed for my husband? This would be a near impossible task, especially here in Canada. My specialty is in therapeutic grade supplementation, so off to work I went to create a customized protocol for my husband to, at the very least, stop his tinnitus and hearing loss from progressing. He may still need hearing support in the future, but I'll not let this get worse if I have something to say about it. And I'll do everything in my power to stop this progression. So, the important facts: number one, lots of stress. Number two, concussions. Number three, regular beer drinking. Number four, tinnitus. I wasn't able to get proper testing for him for the hormone aldosterone, never mind getting the actual hormone aldosterone to take. I know that because this hormone is produced by the adrenal glands, I needed to support his adrenal function. So I began to give him a high quality desiccated adrenal gland supplement that contains adrenal glands from porcine and or bovine. More of my research indicates there's a really strong connection between higher stress and tinnitus. Thus, a very specific connection to vitamin B12. If you're not following me on Instagram, do this. It's Sandy K Nutrition. Just go look it up. It's there. I wrote about how stress can make us burn through our B vitamins. I wrote about this quite a while ago. They are water soluble vitamins that are plentiful in many food sources, and B12, of course, is most bioavailable in meat. However, B vitamins are easy in, easy out vitamins. Think of it that way, especially during stress because they're water soluble. So now he takes a highly bioavailable form of B complex that is in methylated form. So if you go to your regular drugstore, you will often find cyanocobalamin. You'll find cheaper forms of B vitamins. Please don't do that. Look for a methylated form. And if you're not sure what that is, work with somebody, not your doctor. General physicians do not know anything about this. You have to work with either a functional medicine doctor, a registered holistic nutritionist, or somebody. Okay, a lot of people, I'm going to stop right here for a second. A lot of people can call themselves nutritionists. And that is kind of an issue with our industry. There are people who are personal trainers and they did a weekend course in personal training and they'll call themselves a nutritionist. There are people who do a week-long online course. They'll call themselves nutritionists. They're not nutritionists. A nutritionist must have either a college diploma or a university degree, and by that, a degree in nutrition, but functional nutrition. So there are some dietitians who are trained more holistically. You can find those. Um, Naturopathic doctors. These are the only people who truly understand nutraceuticals in its best form. I had to pause there because people don't really get the difference. So your trainer, your person who's at the gym or whatever, they're probably not nutritionists unless they have a college diploma. They could do that too, by the way. So I stopped at B complex in methylated form. So the other thing that's really important is high quality electrolytes daily. Personally, I prefer a most natural source. I get them from Quicksilver Scientific. They have Quinton. It is a natural source of seawater, highly mineralized. And then also supplements with potassium citrate, 100 milligrams every day. Lastly, he takes a full dose of magnesium L-threonate daily, plus extra magnesium glycinate chelate. So, magnesium L-threonate has been shown to help with tinnitus, among other benefits. You'll want to get on this magnesium immediately if you've had a concussion, by the way. There is some research there. You can go check it out. Although the concussions that he had were long ago. So I don't know how strong the research is if the concussions were long ago. However, there are still other benefits. He's on it for many reasons, including the fact that this particular magnesium form is protective for brain aging. And if you've had many concussions, it's a good idea, as it does break the blood brain barrier better than other forms of magnesium. So he's been on this protocol for about 1 year, and he experiences tinnitus now very rarely and mildly. His hearing loss has not progressed. We haven't tested this, but as his wife, I can assure you that it hasn't gotten worse. Always question everything, my friends, and do your own research. There's so much available to us. Use duckduckgo.com for your research, by the way. You'll get less biased research coming up first to your search results. And I hope you found this article helpful and useful. If you found this useful, please note that this is my own personal protocol using my own research, knowledge, and education. And your support is so greatly appreciated. Please support my work by sharing my Substack, following me on all my socials, sharing my podcast, and definitely look out for my new podcast to come. Share this video as well with somebody who you feel might benefit. And then you can go and find your own practitioner to work with and see if you can come up with a protocol that might suit your individual needs, as I'm just sharing mine. So look out for Sandy K Gen X Unplugged coming this fall. Thank you guys. Have a great day.